Okay, right there.
Yeah, I'm just curious, as your show becomes more popular, especially among liberals, do you have any steps in place to continue to take seriously moderate and conservative viewpoints? Not necessarily because you want to promote them, but because it adds a lot of depth to the analysis that would make your show not just like a stock liberal show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cenk might have a different way of answering this from a different perspective, but from my perspective, booking conservatives on the show has been the most challenging thing on TYT. It's not easy. A lot of them are unwilling to come on the show because people don't want to break into something where they know they're going to be met with disagreement. People love to be in situations where they're with like-minded people that will agree with them. So I love having conservatives on the show. I'd love to have a conservative on the point. We have a panel show. We don't strictly talk about politics. It's a much lighter program, but it doesn't matter. If we could get conservatives on the show, we would focus more on political topics for that particular panel. But they're afraid. They're afraid because when the facts are on the right side, or in this case, the left side, they're not willing to join the show, even if it's for a guest appearance. That was my experience with it, at least.
And the other thing is it's hard to find honest ones. So when we were on Current, we had a lot more guests, and I found a couple. So there's Andrew Carell was at Media, he just went to Daily Beast. He's a libertarian. You'll find a lot more honest libertarians. Again, there's plenty to disagree with, but at least they're honest actors, as opposed to a lot of the talking points guys from the Republican side who are just bought and paid. They don't even believe what they're saying. And that drives me crazy. It's a useless conversation. But I would love to have more moderate voices and eventually an honest conservative voice on it too.
Yeah. When you say to understand mainstream business opposition, but what do you say to like leftists and socialists who challenge the whole idea about electoral politics and things like that? How do you take that?
Yeah, we don't allow that kind of dissent. Yeah. No, of course. I mean, I'd love to have a conversation with them. And a lot of you watch the show, a lot. Thank you. And I'm in a rational world. I'm fairly moderate. In Europe, I'd be considered moderate. Some of my economic positions, some of you might disagree with, and certainly socialists and real leftists would disagree with. And so that's a great conversation because those guys are totally honest. They don't have no other agenda. So I encourage that as well. We're trying to do the best we can. You know that on the main show there isn't very many guests. There's just the power panel on Fridays, and that's about it. But I'm doing interviews. I interviewed the last Rockefeller Republican a couple of weeks ago. He's literally a Rockefeller, and he's trying to bring sanity back to the Republican Party. So basically, he's not insane, but he still wants his tax cuts. Right? And so, yeah, I like having conversations. If you got a suggestion for Wild-Eyed Socialists, can't wait.